week 43, and I will be using the Shimelle collection for this 3-page layout, which I literally just got done a few minutes ago. So this title card, that gold doily, is from the My Mind's Eye ephemera pack, because the Shimelle collection does have a touch of gold, so I wanted to bring in more of the gold in this layout. And I do use the Violets ABCs from Lawn Fawn, and the PL stamp set from Studio Calico, and the L's Alphas from Avery L. Now, I just called this week Sinulog because the first layout, or the first page, does consist photos of Sinulog. Now, Sinulog is a yearly celebration in Cebu. I'm not sure if everywhere else in the Philippines they celebrate it, but I definitely know, I think it's just a Cebu thing, I believe. So it's the celebration of the Santo Niño. So everyone just goes out in the streets and just celebrate, and they hold the Santo Niño statue, and they just have it in, they hold it and they like dance with it. And I mean, it's one of those things you have to celebrate. I mean, not celebrate, I mean experience yourself. For me, it was a one-time thing for me. It got a bit scary, to be honest. I've seen, well, first, the scariest thing for me was the crowd. I mean, I have never been in an area that was so crowded. I mean, it was pretty much almost the whole city of Cebu. Like, everywhere there was so many people, and I had to hold my classmates' hands so we don't get lost, because we were following one of my classmates to this place she wanted to bring us. And it got so scary that I remember, like, in front of National Bookstore, there were people coming out of it, and I was going in a different direction, so people were pushing me and I'm trying to get through them. So I almost had a panic attack. I yelled. I literally yelled at these people to get out of my way, because I swear now I can understand why some people get into fights or get into random fights because they feel angry, they feel frustrated. But all I could do was, like, you know what, just yell. And people were looking at me like, what the freak? And I'm like yelling, get out of my way, get out of my way. Because I'm like, I think my second fear now is crowds, like huge crowds like that. It was just, oh my God, it was so scary. But thankfully I got through that. And then I've seen some people faint. I've seen some people get road rash because they fell, and people are walking all over them. It was just, you're better off watching from a very far, high up distance. You don't want to get yourself caught in that craziness. So that's why, for me, once is enough for me. That's it. But it was an interesting experience. And I also would like to mention, if you guys saw the layout of me and those two guys, I did kiss one of them, okay? I'm not going to mention who, you'll see later in the future weeks, but I did kiss one of them at Sinulog. And then everyone in my class just teases us about it the whole time, like, or the rest of that first year. So it was yeah, it was a good and bad experience for me, to be honest. So if I go back to the Philippines, I definitely will not go in January. I'm sorry guys. I'm not gonna go in January. I'm not gonna go to Sinulog again, because, just like I said, once is enough for me. But for those of you who haven't been to the Philippines, or haven't experienced Sinulog in Cebu, I suggest to experience it at least once in your life. And if you really like it, go ahead. Go as many times as you want, but at least once is good enough. So anyways, this second layout is just mostly pictures of me and Toddy, or just Toddy. So this, I don't want to say it's a title card, but it's a big 4x6 filler card. Actually, I forgot to mention, this is my first time using a We Are Memories Keepers page protector that has 6x6 pockets. So I like the fact that you don't have to cut up the 6x6 papers. It just fits perfectly. But it's it's still a bit intimidating like the 6x8 and the 12x12. So I did as best as I could decorating these 6x6 filler cards, and I actually like how it came out. And this is the journaling card of the week. I really like that paper because it had the days of the week on it. And I just simply added that cork sticker. And I really had a hard time because I wanted to add those typewriter wood veneers. And I admit those, just having the big and small one right next to the cork looks good, but I didn't want to waste my wood veneers, or like waste two of the same one but different sizes on one filler card. So I decided not to, because there's this thing that I do, especially when I'm shopping. If there's two things I like, but I can only buy one, I have to decide within, like, I think 2-3 minutes. And if I can't decide, I don't get them. If I can decide between one of them in like 2 or 3 minutes, then I'll get that item. But so that's the method I just did. I couldn't decide, so I decided not to add those wood veneers. So here's a photo of me and Toddy. And Toddy she loves to sleep in my arms. She really does. It was one of her favorite things to do. I simply just added that 2 in that cork with the lovely, and added some enamel dots. That middle photo I just left alone because I used this app called Piccollage, and I like how it looks, so that's why I left that photo alone. So I didn't really embellish as much on that layout. So this is the very last layout, and I call it med art, like medlife art. So I took candid pictures of 3 of my classmates. 2 of them are really good friends of mine. So this is Sid, and he's taking a nap. So I just simply stamped out that black part, but I wish I could have brought that all the way to the left, so there was a little bit more room at the end. And I just simply stamped medlife means less sleep. And then here is a 4x6 card. And I really, really like how this 4x6 card comes out. I wanted to use that Art Happens patch that's from the Carolina Moon scrapbook kit, but I thought to have 2 big embellishments side by side, I thought it made it look too busy, so I do use that on a different 4x6 filler card. So I simply added that create underneath that camera. That's from the limited edition makers kit by Studio Calico, and added some more gold ephemeras from the My Mind's Eye ephemera pack. And I simply use that 3 because there are only 3 photos, because I'm trying to use up a lot of these numbers I have in my embellishments or in my stash. And I added that black and white washi underneath that believe, and that believe I actually got from a pocket letter. And then here is the second photo of one of my classmates. She's from Thailand, and she was studying outside of our classroom. And I thought it was a really great picture, especially with the trees in the background. So I simply cut one of the embellishments, Go Somewhere Lovely, and backed it on that pink paper. And I just put it on at that top right corner. And on vellum, I type medlife means studying wherever you can. I think that's what I typed. as you can see on the very bottom of that photo. And that's pretty much it for that, for embellishing that 4x6. And I really like how it came out as well. I saved the 6x8 for last because it's a big a big page to do. So this is where I used the Art Happens patch and added some gold ephemera as well. And I like how I cut, I don't know what you call that. It looks like one of those award things, but I cut it in pieces and just put it in different areas of that Art Happens. And I do add some enamel dots. And after that, it's pretty much it. And then in the 6x8, it's a photo of Tanya, and she's on her phone. But even though I did say on this one, MedLife is studying on your break, I don't remember whether she was really studying or she was really playing. No. Usually in class, she would read fanfics or fanfictions. If you guys don't know what that is, it's where people go online and make their own stories or about their favorite TV series or movies, and they either change the whole story or change the ending and so forth. And people love to read that stuff. I used to read that stuff a lot when I was in high school, but I'm not really interested in that anymore. So I wanted to place that Be Passionately Curious cork sticker on the top part, but I didn't want to block her head. And I did not show you the stamping because I was already over 10 minutes. So here is the final layouts. And overall, I really like it. I wish I could use that We Are Memory Keepers more often, but I don't know. It's really those 6x6. It's just so hard to cover up a big space. 4x6, I have no problems, but 6x6 and up, I just have I have a hard time thinking it through. But anyways, that is it, and see you guys next time. Bye.